G'day folks, it's a lovely little Saturday afternoon and I figured I'll give little Betty a bit of attention. I've got some gear oil because synchro rings aren't responding as they should, like they're slow to work, so I'm going to do a gear oil change. And I just thought I'd pull up this page on RAV4 World that shows you what you need and where the plugs and things are. This is with the front wheel off and the plastic underbody pan removed. There's a front cross member, and I was working on the other side when I did the timing belt, so not too hard. Yeah, you can get to the whole transmission and everything with the front plastic out. So let's have a look. Alright, propped up one corner, stand, leave the jack there anyway. These new tyres are heaps better than the other ones, heaps quieter. I know some people don't give them a very good reputation, but I think they were trying to use them off-road, which is not recommended for tread like that. But these are really good for on-road, which is much quieter. I might either get a pair of Kumos to replace the old ones, or maybe even the same thing. If I can get another pair of TG32s, I'll just stick with these. They're original equipment. This is what the old RAVs always used to come with, but yeah, I'm quite happy with them. Just take the wheel off and take that plastic pan off, which is all that in there, and should be able to get to the gearbox. I also bought, what did I get? That's essential too, and a brand new funnel. Yeah, 80-90 gear oil, GL5, and a funnel, so I've got to be able to elevate this and run it down into the filler. So yeah. Alright, the left belly cover's off and transmission's nicely accessible now. Oh, that's what that is. It's a transmission oil cooler. A bit odd on a manual, but it wouldn't hurt. I was wondering what that coil there is for, that big fat one. Yeah, it's a manual transmission cooler. I thought it was a power steering cooler. I guess not. Anyway, where's my filler? Oh, there. One very important thing they stated in the article: make sure you get that out before you take the drain out, because if you can't get that out, you're going to have an empty box with no way of getting oil back in it, and that's not good. So yeah, start with the drain plug, the filler plug, sorry, make sure you can get that out so you can get oil back in, then work on draining it. And there's two sections. Transfer case, which is that fat plug there, and the main gearbox, which is that one there. Now they share the same amount of, or the same oil in this common cavity, but this will drain out more than that one, so you actually have to take both plugs out. I guess if you can imagine sort of a dam inside, you've got the transfer case internals and the gearbox internals, and there's a bit of a step. So you want to drain the oil out of both sides, but when you refill it, it'll flood over and fill the transfer case anyway, if that makes any sense. I've got a bit of funny throat today, so excuse me if I'm a bit croaky to start with. Yeah, fifth gear housing. Not hard to do a fifth gear repair on these, they just break the synchros. But this fifth gear's working fine, so I'm not going to touch it. Yeah, it's reasonably well used. Granted, it's still a bit warm, it's lost a bit of viscosity. It should be noted that the transmission's probably about 30 degrees, maybe a little bit more, 40. But yeah, that won't help at all. It's past due. The case has been apart, so I'm guessing they did the fifth gear fix on it some time ago, but yeah, it's just way past due for an oil change. Need to get the transfer plug out and we'll be right. They're all 16mm, well 24mm socket. It's pretty easy. Yeah, there's a good litre or so in the transfer case. Definitely got to take that plug out if you want to do a proper oil change. Well, I'm going to leave her sit here as long as I can, drain as much as I can out, which should be fairly easy because she's still warm. The heat will help, but yeah, even if I fill up tomorrow morning, it's not a big deal, but I don't think I'll wait that long. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, see, that one's already slowed right down. I'll give her an hour or two and then put the plugs back in and refill. Okay, refilling is pretty easy. Bit of 1/2 inch clear vinyl hose, tapes to a new funnel, and it just goes straight down into the gearbox. It goes in a reasonable way, so it shouldn't flood back up the hose and onto the ground, but if I do notice that, I'll stop and reassess how to get it in there. Maybe even just a little right angle piece of copper would do it. Shove it in the end of the hose and just hook it in there so the oil goes down instead of running back, but we'll see how it goes. Shouldn't be too bad. Fill for this is 5 litres exactly, so I've got exactly 5 litres to work with. I mean, I'm imagining there's a little bit left in the transmission cooler and everything, but a bit extra won't kill it. Yeah, it should be fine. And of course, due to the viscosity of the oil, it's not a quick process. I think I've got about 250 ml in so far. It's going to be here a while. Okay, now it's all done. Test drive worked pretty well. She shifts a lot better. That's the main thing. The synchros are starting to keep up now. Or be fast enough to work that I can actually shift fast now, rather than having an uncomfortable click or crunch. There's definitely wear and tear in the box, no doubt about it, but this should keep things happy for some time, so very good. Yeah, next major service item is some more of the cooling system hoses, and do a cooling system service. Just thermostat, hoses, coolant, that sort of thing, flush. Yeah, should be pretty good. Same time I'm also doing a bit on blue. Still working out moisture issues in the cabin. Unfortunately, the sunroof drain blocked again and flooded the freshly cleaned carpet, so I've lifted that corner up and gotten rid of that fibrous insulation material. I scored a roll of Dunlop rubber underlay, carpet underlay. I'm going to try and use some of that. I'm also going to cut sheets out and glue them on the inside of the door sheet metal behind the speakers, so when I fit decent speakers, there won't be as much tinny resonation from the tin door panels. So yeah, likewise I want to pull Betty's door trims off and have a look at the speakers and see what I can fit in there. If I can fit 6s in there, or 6.5s, that'd be great, but at the moment they're 5 inch, so it's not quite as good. I'd like to fit 6.5s in. Anyway, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.